This is the Art Life video blog, day 120. I'm Kieran Sage.
I'm Jacob Wolf. Thank you for having me here.
Of course.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So, just tell us a little bit about yourself, Kieran.
Well, I'm in Portland, obviously, and I'm living at the Artist Milepost 5, and I just draw and experiment with some watercolor and mixed media.
Right on. When did you first get into drawing and art?
When I was probably like 14 or 15, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What got you into it?
I originally started using art as a form of therapy. It was my art therapy, so it was purely emotional. Way to cope with feelings. Blah, blah, blah,
Did you
blah.
go to an art therapist?
I did, yeah.
I know some people that want to become art therapists.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It was the coolest woman I've ever met and some of the coolest things I've ever experienced, especially as like a young one. Like it was really, really great, and obviously helped me get into art as like, part of my life.
So, was the therapy more inspiring, or was the therapist more inspiring to you?
The therapy, definitely. Therapist was a lovely lady, and she just guided me through my own thing. Like, I did all of it. She just gave me the hand to do it.
Right on. Did you have people in your life to help inspire you?
Yeah, definitely. My dad's an artist, and he's really, really, really talented. So he was a huge inspiration for me. As well as, I think, just being here in Portland and having really awesome people in my life to help me, go places and see new things artistically and all of that, just,
You're not from Portland.
No, but I was here when I was a teenager, pretty young.
Right on. So yeah, Portland is incredibly inspiring.
I think so.
There's tons of art everywhere. You can't even keep up with it. What were your next steps after like therapy? When did you decide that this is what you wanted to do?
Well, I don't think therapy ever ended in a sense. I think I kept, my art therapist and I obviously separated, but I kept going with it in the same way. I'd get home and if I was sad, I'd make a sad piece and just kept going with it until that's all I wanted to do. And I guess there wasn't like a breaking point where I was like, this is what my life is going to be. It was just like, that's how it became. That's all I wanted to do. So I just kept doing it.
Right on. Are there any artistic styles that you're inspired by?
Yeah, I'm really fascinated with the Geiger style of like the biomechanical stuff. I really love watercolor work and expressionist work, obviously. Even though that's not exactly what I make, I think I gain a little bit from all of it. I would say that most of those, I really like everything anatomical, even if it's not art, even if it's just, ideas.
So let's show off some of your stuff.
Yeah.
If I can grab it.
Yeah.
All right. So, you want to just say a little bit about some of these?
That one I made like yesterday.
So this is brand new.
This is very brand new, and I draw a lot of women, and a lot of the circular and crazy forms are just about feeling very consumed that day.
Yeah.
And not all of my art is my therapy personal, but more of a, what I see day to day and reflecting that into my art as well. So.
You said that you take on a lot of women's issues.
Yeah.
Are there, what are some of these issues that you like to take on?
I take on a lot of ideas about rape culture and like sexuality and how BDSM and rape culture are intertwined in negative and positive ways. With that piece, has to do with women's issues. It has to do with humanity in the sense that my mom has cancer and ovarian cancer.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's all right. But watching her go through that struggle and still seeing her continue to work and continue to push reminds me of the strength of every single woman that I see pushing through a lot of really horrible things, and just coping with trauma that is induced by institutionalized misogyny and abuse and so on.
You said the similarities and that BDSM and rape culture are intertwined in negative and positive ways. What are some of these positive ways?
Positive ways in the sense that it has been shown, and I've seen personally, a lot of people who have experienced abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, however you may go with it. A lot of people get roped into a lot of really bad stuff. And BDSM has a few different, there's a lot of perspectives on it, but it can be really healthy for people who have gone through that sort of thing if they find a healthy way to pursue a BDSM relationship. So a lot of my art is about women, like empowering women through sexuality, and I find that BDSM can be that empowerment sometimes.
Right on. What about negative in contrast?
In contrast to that, I mean, again, it can be really bad. There's bad parts to everything, and you can get roped into really bad BDSM relationships, which which makes your trauma worse, makes someone's trauma worse.
There's a lot of abuse and violence in the porn industry, and that, I mean, it's okay if both parties are down, but like it seems that a lot of today's male culture thinks that that's just the way things are because they see it in repetition so many times and they get used to it, and I don't know, it's...
Yeah, I think that goes a lot with what I'm saying too. I think that porn is such a huge part of, porn is huge now, it's so big, and people are watching porn more than they're having sex. They're not realizing the huge difference between porn and sex. And I think that porn can be really great, but yeah, there is a lot of abuse in porn. There's a lot of it, and I think that the easiest way to distinguish good porn from bad is just who has the power in that scenario. It should be equal.
It should be equal.
There should not even if you're doing a power play acting scene, the actual power between the people and their characters should be equal. But a lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of young boys who watch a lot of porn aren't realizing that it is just acting, and it's not how sex is.
Right. Let's show off some more art. All right, so there's a lot on this.
Yeah, that's a big one. It's one of my more mixed media things that I've been experimenting with. That was kind of one of my art therapy ones. My personal cutting up old things that I've written along with old drawings that I didn't like but wanted to try to embrace parts of it anyway.
Is there a theme in here, or is it a bunch of themes?
The main thing was just insecurity, and I think that the idea of young women being insecure is often laughed at and treated as just oh yeah, that's just the thing.
It's because it's a girl.
Yeah, it's
women are insecure.
Exactly, and I think it should be taken all more seriously. So that's what that is about mostly. It's it's not a joke, and yeah.
Right on. Take a little bit closer look here.
Yeah, we can get the whole thing in there.
All right, so this is some of your biomech stuff.
Yeah.
And is this 3 different pieces?
It is. They were actually supposed to be bookmarked. It was my attempt at doing art merchandise, and they all ended up kind of fitting together like a puzzle. So I just framed them.
Right on. You were telling me some of the stuff that you like to do with biomech. Drawing on hands.
Yeah, I like, I get, when I'm not doing anything and I have a pen, I'll just draw tons of weird biomech stuff using my veins or whatever on my hands. And started experimenting with that on other people, you know, doing pieces on necks, and I still really want to continue doing that in the future.
If you ever need somebody to sit still and be drawn on, I have no problem with that. I've gotten a few tattoos.
Yeah. Well, it hurts a lot less.
Yes. So. That can be a good and a bad thing too. Do you ever think about tattoo art?
Yeah, I've thought about it in the past. Still actually kind of thinking about it. I'm not ready to throw down a lot of money for it, because I still want to go through, I want to take some art classes first and go through college, but it is definitely an option that I'm holding very seriously in the future at some point.
Hell yeah. So on the subject of school and college, do you want to tell everybody?
I got a scholarship to PNCA, the art school here in Portland.